Hey guys, welcome back to One Stop Biology. So in today's video guys, we are going to understand what exactly is light reaction, and before that we'll study about the pigments that are involved in photosynthesis. So basically both are interconnected somehow, right? So guys, we'll start off with the pigments which are involved in photosynthesis. Now if we talk about the pigments, before that just imagine that if you see plant leaves, you will see that there are different types of green color that you see, right? So it's not like all the plants have the same green color. Every plant, every leaf that you see, you'll find a different shade of color, right? Now we'll understand why this happens. So basically if you see the color of leaves, it's because of some pigments which are present in those leaves. Now if you'll see the leaf pigments, you'll see that it's not due to a single pigment, but it is due to 4 different pigments, guys. So there are 4 pigments which are involved in photosynthesis. Now what are these pigments? These pigments are chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, xanthophylls, and carotenoids. Now if we talk about these pigments, so basically chlorophyll A gives bright blue-green color in the chromatogram. If we talk about chlorophyll B, it gives yellow-green, so yellowish green. If we talk about xanthophylls, it is yellow, gives yellow color. And if we talk about carotenoids, it gives yellow to orangish, so yellow orangish. Color, right? So basically what are these pigments, guys? Pigments are substances which have ability to absorb light, and this happens at specific wavelength, right? So if you see the graph here, if you see the first graph, in the first graph you are basically visualizing the ability of different chlorophyll pigments, right, to absorb light at different wavelength, right? So if we talk about the wavelength here, it is 400, here it is 500, here it is 600, here it is 700. All of this is in nanometers, right? So you'll see that the chlorophyll A absorbs at different wavelength here, chlorophyll B absorbs here, carotenoids here, right? So imagine it as we have studied VIBGYOR, the visible spectrum of light, right, which is VIBGYOR. Somehow it is very much similar to that. Now let's move on to the second graph. If you move on to the second graph, what you are visualizing here, so here you are basically visualizing the wavelengths at which maximum photosynthesis occurs, right? So basically the wavelength at which there is a maximum absorption of chlorophyll A, that is the blue and the red region. It also shows higher rate of photosynthesis. That is why now we can conclude, right? See both these. Here you can see both the graphs. So where the absorption is maximum, the rate of photosynthesis is maximum, right? So what we can conclude is that chlorophyll A is the chief pigment which is associated with photosynthesis, right? Now guys, these graphs together, if you see these graphs together like this, you'll see that most of the photosynthesis is taking place in the blue and red region, right? So this region, right? So most of the photosynthesis is taking place in the blue and red region of the spectrum, and then some photosynthesis take place at the other wavelength of the visible spectrum, right? So this is all about pigments, guys. Now let's see what is light reaction. Let's study about the light reaction. Now guys, light reaction, also known as photochemical reaction, or light reaction. So these includes, the light reactions include what? They include light absorption, they split water, so water splitting, and oxygen release, right? And then they form high energy chemical intermediates, which are ATP and NADPH, right? So there are several protein complexes which are involved in this process. Now the pigments are organized into two discrete photochemical, basically photosystems. The first photosystem is Photosystem I or PS1, which is also known as light harvesting complexes, LHC, or Photosystem I, PS1, and the other one is known as Photosystem II, right? So these are named as Photosystem I and Photosystem II because of the sequence of their discovery. There's no sequence in, this is not the sequence, there's no certain sequence in which they function during the light reaction. You'll have to remember that. It's PS1 and PS2 only because of the sequence in which they are discovered. Now the light harvesting complexes, the LHC, are made up of hundreds of pigment molecules which are bound together to proteins. Now each photosystem, guys, remember, each photosystem has all the pigments except one molecule of chlorophyll A, right? So each photosystem has all the pigments. Now in case of the light harvesting system, right? So each photosystem has all the pigments except one molecule of chlorophyll A, forming the light harvesting system, which is also known as antenna. Now these pigments help to make photosynthesis more efficient by absorbing different wavelengths of light. Now the single chlorophyll A molecule forms the reaction center, remember, right? And this reaction center is different in both photosystems. In PS1, the reaction center chlorophyll A has an absorption peak of 700 nanometer, and in photosystem II, it is 680 nanometers, and that is why photosystem I is also known as P700 and photosystem II is also known as P680. This is because of the absorption maxima, which is at different wavelengths. So let's see the same in the process of this flow chart as well. So guys, this is the light harvesting complex. Now here you have the reaction center, which is with chlorophyll A. So chlorophyll A, as we said, forms the reaction center, right? Now these are numerous pigment molecules, right? And this is the photon, this is the light energy which is falling down, and here we have the primary acceptor, right? So guys, this is the entire flowchart of what? of the light harvesting complex, right? So what are these complexes doing? They are basically doing what all things? They are absorbing the light, splitting water, they are releasing oxygen, and then they are forming high energy chemical intermediates which are ATP and NADPH. So guys, this is all about the light reaction which has two discrete photochemical systems. One is light harvesting complex LHC or photosystem I, which is also known as P700, and the other one is photosystem II, which is also known as P680. So guys, this is all about the light reaction. In the next video, we are going to understand the electron transport. So I hope you would have understood the light reaction, the concept of light reaction, and what type of pigments are involved in photosynthesis. If you did, please do like the video and share it with your friends. And if you have any doubt, you can just message me in the comments of the video and I'll clear your doubts, or you can also send your doubts on WhatsApp. I have shared the number in the description below. And guys, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to get all the updated videos that I'll be posting in future. Thanks for watching the video, guys. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.